We are here with Emily Brown, one of the seniors for the Riverside Bulldogs. What do you feel like you have contributed to the program?
Leadership and positivity.
What is your favorite basketball memory?
My favorite basketball memory is playing with all the girls.
And what do you recommend to the younger Bulldogs to work on to become the best basketball player they can?
To work in the off season.
Thank you for your time and good luck.
Thank you.
We are here with Kiara Rains, one of the seniors for the girls basketball team. Kiara, what do you feel like you've contributed to the program this year?
Being a role model for the younger individuals on the team.
What is your favorite memory, basketball memory, and what would you recommend younger Bulldogs do to work on and help become the best player they can?
Good memory would be playing at the Mid-America Center, and then some advice to give to younger individuals will probably work on the basics.
Thank you for your time, and good luck. both teams starting out aggressively on offense. And as you saw there, Ford blocks the shot there from
Olsen.
and Riverside will get the ball as the score is 0-2 with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. And a lot of passing is going on between the Riverside Bulldogs as they are looking to tie back up the score and win this matchup.
Rains with the ball at the top of the key in the Mayor. Right back out to Rains. Ford from 3. And that banks in. That puts Riverside up 3-2.
And that makes Ford's three-point percentage 50%, whereas on the season she is 25-4. So she is starting out as a statistical anomaly.
Ford with the ball. Down to Brown in the wing. And Woods to Rains. Back to Brown. Into Mayer. Ford looks for the 3, but decides to pass it to Rains, who travels. There will be that is a turnover. Riverside going to press West Harrison on the inbound. An interesting call this early in the game by Riverside co-coach Rice.
And co-coach Graves.
West Harrison easily beats the Riverside press, but now is in a little bit of trouble.
West Harrison is in a little bit of trouble and jump ball, and Riverside will get the ball right back as West Harrison very easily broke their press but were not able to capitalize.
Rains now bringing the ball down the court. Pass over to Ford. Down to Mayer. Ford in the corner. For 3, no good. Rebound by Wallace.
West Harrison getting a lot of the defensive rebounds, and on the season they have 399, and the Bulldogs have 536, but that has not been the tell for tonight's game as West Harrison has many more defensive rebounds.
Kiara Rains there capitalizes on her steal that she got from West Harrison. And McIntosh loses control of the ball, but West Harrison recovers. Koch was bringing the ball down the floor there, and it was tipped out of her hand by Rains. Still West Harrison ball. Riverside leads 5-2.
And there you see McIntosh driving to the block and dishing it back out, and then it is knocked out of bounds.
Cody drive and dished it to Ford. No, Brown in the corner. Woods. Her shot is no good. Rebounded by Wallace. And then she throws it. And it goes out of bounds.
Woods is 10% from the three-point line, so that miss is not a surprise. And Ford has 3 of the 5 points of Riverside tonight from a 3, which was her second of the night, and she is 1 for 3 from the three-point line, which is 33%. which is baseline for her, as her average 3-point percent is 25%, and 33 is about
1 for every 3, and she averages 1 for every 4. So
beating the odds tonight, as Riverside is hoping to do by getting a win.
Rife inbounds right to Macy Woods, and she puts up the jump shot, but it's no good. Rebound by Wallace.
Woods looked to get a little excited on that play after getting the steal and was not able to capitalize for Riverside and get the 2 points.
Wallace with the ball, pass out to Koch. Now with Rife. Pass to Olsen. Into McIntosh, and a jump ball is called. There, it'll stay West Harrison ball, but nice job there by Riverside to get the jump ball called instead of letting West Harrison get the shot. There, McIntosh gets the shot, but it is rebounded by Riverside. Kenna Ford throws a long pass down the court, which then is stolen by West Harrison. McIntosh tries to dribble, but it is taken out of her hands by Macy Woods.
McIntosh is 14% from the 3-point line, which is below average, but not for a post, which is what position she plays.
McIntosh with the ball. On that last play, McIntosh was fouled by Woods, so Riverside has 2 fouls now. West Harrison with 1. The score 5-2 with just under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. And Koch gets the shot to go in and is fouled in the process, so she will be shooting 1 shot to try and even the score of the game. That foul was on Cody. That is her first of the game. The free throw is no good. Rebounded by Ford, and she throws it to a group of Riverside players, but none of them get it, and West Harrison steals the ball. Koch with the ball. Her shot was no good. Rebound by Olsen, and that shot by Olsen went out of bounds. So it'll be Riverside ball.
And there you saw a cluster of Riverside Bulldogs going for the rebound, but none of them were able to get it, as McIntosh has been very dominant at getting rebounds for the Hawkeyes.
Ford with the ball. Looks to drive in, but runs into some defenders. And the ball is stolen from her by Olsen. Now, Rife with the ball past Olsen.
As you saw in that last play, Riverside has stopped pressing West Harrison on defense, and after the last attempt where West Harrison broke it immediately, but then Riverside got the jump ball and regained possession without any damage from the Hawkeyes.
Riverside bringing the ball down the court after that turnover from West Harrison. Pendergraft on the baseline, and her foot is out of bounds. So it will be West Harrison ball, and Riverside decides to press again.
Pendergraft, a freshman, playing varsity for Riverside, and as expected, there are a few mistakes. But she is still playing her hardest.
And Pendergraft with the good pass there to Mayer down at the block to get 2 more points for Riverside. The score now 7-4 with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the quarter. And Koch gets the shot from 2. So now West Harrison within 1 point of Riverside.
That seems to be the main tale of tonight's game, as both teams have been scoring after in back-to-back possessions with each other. Riverside just had that three-pointer from Ford that put them up by the 1 point.
Conch with the ball, looking to make a fast break out of her steal, and she puts up the shot. No good. Rebound by Pendergraph. Nice hustle there, and a timeout is called by co-coach Rice.
Here with Jake Erickson and Brock Comstock, and we are going to be asking them some questions. Here, guys, our first question is, would you rather eat anchovies or pineapple on your pizza?
Oh, anchovies all the way.
Pineapple.
Oh, Brock, no.
We have some argument here. Jake thinks he wants anchovies, but Brock wants pineapple. Another question is, would you rather have Sprite or Coke?
I'll take a Coke.
Sprite.
More argument. Well, that's it for the questions we have here. We'll send it back up to you guys.
Thank you, Kyler, down there interviewing some fans, as the timeout was called by co-coach Rice for Riverside.
Now Ford with the ball for 3, and that is good. That puts Riverside up by 4. The score 10-6 with 3 seconds left in the quarter. And Koch puts up a long 3. It is no good.
A good shot there, as it almost hit the rim, but it is no good. And tonight, in the beginning of the first quarter, Ford is being a statistical anomaly, as she is 50% from the three-point line, which is double what she is on the season. Her season percentage of made three-pointers is 25.4%, and tonight she is 50% from the three-point line. We'll see if she is able to continue this stellar stat. No, we do. Our soundboard was being a little funky right then, and you heard the band mic down in the stands.
Even though the band was not playing, so kudos to the band.
And now the second quarter will commence with only 3 of the 5 starters in. 2 new people in Baldwin and Pendergraph both started the second quarter.
And Riverside, Brown misses a shot there, rebounded by McIntosh. McIntosh puts up the hook shot, and a foul is called on West Harrison's Wallace, trying to get the rebound for her team. She has 2 fouls.
An interesting call there from the refs, but Riverside will regain possession with nothing hurt, as West Harrison was not able to capitalize.
Now Woods with the ball, and pass it out to Baldwin. Brown to Rains. Rains looks to drive and puts up a shot. It is good from 2. And Coach Rice getting a little aggravated on the sideline because his team did not go into a press there. But a nice play there by Riverside.
A lot of enthusiasm from the Riverside sideline tonight, And there has been very little talk from the West Harrison sideline.
Nice steal there by Macy Woods and getting the layup for 2 points. Puts Riverside up by 8. Score 14-6 with 6:23 left in the first half. Koch's shot is blocked by Rains.
And it looks like Riverside is coming out into the second quarter with a newfound enthusiasm as they have scored 6 points unanswered from West Harrison.
Baldwin with the ball looking to going for the layup, and she passes across the lane to Woods. Woods' shot is no good, and a jump ball is called as both teams were struggling to get the ball in their possession. It will be West Harrison ball. The ball is inbounded, and there's a travel called on Olsen. So, short-lived play there for West Harrison Riverside.
Riverside's press seems to be working, speeding up the West Harrison offense and causing them to make a lot of mistakes, as we have seen in the last couple possessions.
Riverside's Woods with the ball down a corner pass to Ford, and a foul is called there on Thomas.
It looked like that Riverside was trying to get a give and go between two of their players, and the Thomas for the Hawkeyes got in between that, and Riverside will draw the foul.
Now Mayer with the elbow shot, no good. Rebound by Olsen. And another jump ball is called. That one will come back to the possession of Riverside. Rains will inbound the ball for Riverside. And Riverside will try and put their team up by double digits on this possession, as they are up by 8 right now.
And Riverside has gone and scored 6 unanswered points against West Harrison. And now West Harrison's Kosh with the fast break, and Rains fouls Kosh on that fast break. That will be Rains' second foul of the night. And some very aggressive plays are coming from Rains. And the free throw there from Kosh is good. And that makes her 50% tonight, as she missed her first and one free throw, but is able to make the first one here on this foul. Here comes the second.
Second free throw is no good. Rebound by Mayer, and she gets the ball to Baldwin. Now Rains on the wing. Drives and passes back to Baldwin, but it is tipped out by Koch. So it will stay Riverside ball.
There you saw Riverside's ability to get the ball down to the opposite side of the court with some speed, and they had a chance to score, as it was a 3 versus 2, but instead Koch knocked the ball out of bounds, which possibly saved her team from giving Riverside 2 more points.
Ford got a foul called on her on that play.
It was a charge.
And West Harrison now with the ball. Koch going up for the layup, and no good. Rebound by Brown. Now Woods with the ball, and pulls up from outside the lane. Her shot was no good. Now West Harrison looking to bring the ball back up the floor, but Woods is playing aggressive defense.
It was 3 versus 1 on that play, but Woods was still able to trip up the West Harrison press break team for a little bit before they broke the press.
Another nice play there by Woods, getting that rebound and taking it back to the other end of the court for the layup. That puts Riverside up 16-7 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
And
Koch with the ball right now, looking to drive in, and she puts up a shot and is fouled. So she will be shooting 2 free throws. That foul was on
Woods.
Riverside Woods.
And tonight, Kosh is 1 for 3 or 33% from the, 2 for 4 or 50% from the free throw line. And on the season, she is 68%. So she is staying within the statistics of the past couple games.
For Riverside, their Pendergraph subbed in for Woods as Woods now has 2 fouls. Baldwin with the ball, and Mayer's shot attempt was blocked, it seemed to be, and Koch bringing the ball down the floor is in a trap, but she gets it to Rife, whose shot was no good, hit out of bounds by Riverside.
A little confusion there between co-coach Rice of Riverside and the refs, as he thought the ball should go to Riverside, but West Harrison, the Hawkeyes, will maintain possession.
And a 3 shot there by West Harrison, no good. And Kenna Ford comes up with the ball. She throws another long pass down, and Pendergraph hits it just barely before she goes out of bounds. That pass was a little too far thrown by Ford.
Pendergraph was at about the 10-foot line in volleyball before she hit the gas after seeing that long pass there from Ford, but she tripped over her own feet, and
A 3 there by Thomas. It was no good, but it was rebounded, and a foul was called on West Harrison's Wallace. That is Wallace's 3rd foul of the night already in the 3rd quarter. A full timeout is called by Riverside, and now we're going to have a fan interview with Brogan Allensworth.
All right, guys, I'm here with Brogan Allensworth, and my question for you today is, Brogan, would you rather have $1 million right now or get $1,000 every month for the rest of your life?
That's $1,000 every week or month.
Every month.
For the rest, yeah, I'd have one.
You take that?
Yeah.
All right, so that's Brogan Allensworth. He'd rather take the $1,000. What about you guys? We'll send it back right up to you.
And we just had an exclusive interview with Brogan Allensworth, the second leading point scorer for the Riverside boys high school basketball team, and the senior who will be playing on Monday with the other Riverside boys basketball team in the regionals game between the Bulldogs and the Stanton Vikings. Make sure to tune in to RSTN for that game as well on Monday at 7. Now back to this game. And a lot of passes there going on between the Riverside offense, but they are not able to capitalize, and West Harrison will regain possession of the ball after a quick possession there for the Bulldogs.
McIntosh brings the ball up the floor and passes to a wide open Olsen, who then proceeds to dribble the ball off her foot, and it rolls out of bounds. But it was touched by a diving Riverside player.
And the score here is 16-8 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Before half, the Riverside Bulldogs lead. Ford has 6 of the 16 points tonight, which is statistically following as she is the leading point scorer for the Bulldogs and is also leading in about every other category recorded.
The second free throw is no good. Rebound by Pendergraph, who is taking the ball up the floor. Now she gives the ball to Ford. Out to Cody on the corner. Back to Pendergraph. Ford on the wing to Pendergraph. And into Mayer. She puts up a shot from the elbow, and that is good. Riverside now taking the 18-9 lead over West Harrison with just 2 minutes left before the break. McIntosh with the ball. She gets across half court so as to not get a 10-second violation called on her team, and she then double dribbles right at the three-point line. So Riverside will get the ball back here. Cody bringing the ball up the floor now to Pendergraph. And Mayer shot no good. Rebounded by Brown, and she was pushed by McIntosh.
A little ambition was shown on Brown's face as she looked like she wanted to shoot from behind the rim after getting that rebound and before she was shoved out of bounds by McIntosh. But Riverside will maintain possession of the ball here in Oakland.
Some new faces coming into the game right now for Riverside as Lydia Erickson subs in to the game.
For Emily Brown. And Cody is also in for Woods.
Ford with the ball, trying to make some action, and she passes to Pendergraph, whose shot was no good. And Ford looking to put the ball back up is fouled by Rife.
And with 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter, the Bulldogs lead 18-9. And here comes the free throw attempts from Ford. On the season, Ford is 44% from the free throw line, which is not great, but not horrible.
She misses the first, so that will not increase her percentage at all. But the second one is good. And the Riverside bench erupts in cheers.
A lot of enthusiasm is being shown by the Bulldogs tonight. And that could be one of the key reasons that they are ahead by 10 points here in the regional game between the West Harrison Hawkeyes and the Riverside Bulldogs.
And McIntosh with the ball gives it to Olsen. And now McIntosh with the ball again. Puts her the shot. And it rebounded. No good. Rebound by Mayer. So Riverside with the ball with just under a minute left in the game. Ford struggling with the ball a little bit there as a West Harrison player was trying to take it from her. A jump ball is called, and it will be West Harrison ball now.
One of many jump balls that we've had tonight, as both teams have been playing some very aggressive defense with the combined total points that have been scored at 28.
McIntosh gets the points there. That's her first basket of the game, and Rife ran into the wall. She just had a little too much speed going, but Rife gets a rebound down on the Riverside end, and they will attempt to score here, but they will proceed to not because their coach traveled. So Riverside will get the ball back. The score 19-11 with 7.5 seconds yet left.
And Olmsted will be going into Pendergraph. As you saw in that last play, Rife's collision with the door does not seem to be affecting her play. And the air ball there from the Bulldogs finishes the first quarter of the regional basketball game between the Riverside Bulldogs and the West Harrison Hawkeyes. And now we have a interview to share with you, and it is the interview with the final senior of the Riverside Bulldogs, Kenna Ford. She has been a prime leader for the Riverside girls basketball team and has been a role model for a bunch of students. Here to tell you more, Ford herself.
We are here with one of the seniors for the Riverside Bulldogs. What do you feel like you have contributed to the program?
I just try to be the best leader I can be and help the other girls out.
What was your favorite basketball memory?
I don't know. We used to go to Creighton camps and Creighton games, so that was probably the best. Or having Christmases at Miss Graves'.
What would you recommend the younger Bulldogs to work on to become the best basketball player?
Definitely work in the off season. Basketball isn't just something that you're automatically good at. You have to work in the off season.
Thank you for your time. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
And now for some songs of jubilancy from the Riverside Band, Riverside Pep Band.
Some ear blessings there from Riverside Pep Band, led by Miss Amanda Brandon.
Recently, within the past week, the Riverside Jazz Band competed in the state competition, and they received a Division I superior rating, which is the best rating you can receive. Also, in the music department of Riverside, the jazz choir received a Division II excellent rating, which is 2 points away from the superior rating, which is the best rating you can get. And so, overall, a very good showing from the Riverside music department. And now, for some more noises, some more jubilant noises, the Riverside Pep Band. Some other interesting things that happened over the past month for Riverside were group improv. A few weeks ago, Becca Cody, Lydia Erickson, and Carly Henderson received a 1 rating at the state speech competition and are waiting for the all-state selections. Also, there was some ensemble acting that went on, and Allie Pearson and Lily Mace received a 2 rating at the state speech competition. And now for some more jubilant sounds, the Riverside Band. And you just heard the Riverside Pep Band, which is composed of many seniors, which include Ty Sutton, Ripley Meek,
Jonathan Purcell,
Tyler Collins, and Katie Messerschmidt.
also Alex Baker,
and that is all. And they have all been in the music program and have contributed positively in many ways, making the great pep band that you are now about to hear once again. And as the girls come out onto the court, we are ready to hear the fight song.
This is the West Harrison Hawkeyes fight song, not the Riverside Bulldogs.
about to commence. And here we go.
Woods with the ball, passes to Brown, and Brown puts up the shot. No good, rebound by Woods. Nice hustle there. Rains with the ball from behind the three-point line. Back to Woods. Woods puts up another shot, air ball, right into the hands of Wallace.
Some good offensive rebounds there from the Bulldogs, but they are, again, not able to capitalize, which has been the story of tonight's game. And there you see McIntosh putting up a nice shot from the right side block for 2 points, which makes the score 19-13 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. McIntosh is not being very productive tonight with only 4 points, and she is averaging much more. And Koch has most of the points with 8.
The shot there missed by Riverside, but Woods gets a rebound. The ball goes to McIntosh, though, and she is fouled by Woods. That is Woods' third foul of the night. And she does not believe she fouled them.
Both Woods and Rains for the Bulldogs have 3 fouls, and it is only the beginning of the third quarter, so they're going to have to start playing with less aggression, hoping that they can stay in for the entirety of the game, because they are both vital pieces to the Riverside team.
Now, Olsen with the ball, and Koch was fouled by Riverside's Woods, and that is Woods' 4th foul of the night. She now has the same amount of fouls as she does points.
And 2 fouls there from Woods as she is in disbelief, proclamating to her teammates on the sideline. In disbelief with those 2 calls on the back-to-back possessions, which put her with 4 fouls.
Riverside will get the ball back after it was hit out of bounds.
And here in Oakland, 2 people have 4 fouls.
Riverside's Woods and
Wallace for
Wallace.
the Hawkeyes.
Rains gets the jumper there to fall, which puts Riverside up by 8. The score 21-13 with just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. A screen set there so McIntosh could get around her defender. And now Thomas puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by West Harrison. But then Riverside gets a steal. Ford driving down the court now. Pass to Brown, no shot, no good. Put back, up and good by Ford.
And if you were watching the broadcast of the junior high girls game between the Trainer Cardinals, you would see that the Bulldogs for both games have been capitalizing on the offensive rebounds and the second chance points, which have given them a large lead and are producing most of their points.
Now, Koch with the ball from 3. No good. Rebound by Ford. Now Brown with the ball and goes up with a shot and is fouled by West Harrison's Rife.
And as we see the Riverside bench is getting into the game, showing more excitement like they were in the first half. And they are ready for the free throws.
The first shot from Brown is good. Riverside now has an 11-point lead.
Brown is 51% from the free throw line, and tonight she's 100. With this next shot, she will continue that stat.
She misses the second free throw. It's rebounded by Pendergraph from Riverside. Pendergraph puts up a shot. No good. Rebound by Rife.
there you saw West Harrison boxing out Riverside and are finally able to get a rebound as they have been reboundless in this quarter.
And there was a foul was called on Rains. That is her fourth foul of the night. So she will spend some time on the bench. There are 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Koch drives and shoots. Her shot is no good. Rebound by Ford, and she makes a smart play by throwing it off the leg of a West Harrison defender to go out of bounds.
And now we have two starters for Riverside who are in foul trouble in Woods and Rains, which could come in as a deciding factor later in the game if they foul out and are not able to play in the fourth quarter. And West Harrison also has one person in foul trouble, which could hurt them also later in the game.
West Harrison bringing the ball down the court now after they just got in a little bit of a fight there on the other side with Riverside, and Kosh with the ball puts up the shot, and now she has 10 points so far this game. Mayer's shot rimmed out, so she will not get any points from that possession. Ball went out on Riverside, so now it's West Harrison's ball. McIntosh with the ball, driving down to the court, and she picked up a dribble pass to Rife, and Rife is fouled by Baldwin.
Co-coach Rice for Riverside is in disbelief as Riverside has had a lot of fouls called on them in the last couple minutes of the third quarter and has put some of their players in foul trouble, which could come as a factor later in the game, as I already stated.
And the putback there by McIntosh is good. She has 6 points on the night out of West Harrison 17. Riverside leads West Harrison by 7, score 24-17 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the quarter left.
McIntosh really showing off her scoring ability as she only had 2 in the first half and now has double that, and the third quarter has not even ended.
Koch hits a jumper from 15 feet, and a timeout there is called by Riverside co-coach Rice. That is a full timeout. The score 24-19 with.
And a very interesting game we've had tonight, filled with action as the Riverside Bulldogs lead the West Harrison Hawkeyes, and now Kyler Reekin with an interview with a fan.
I'm here with Jackie Wingad, and our question here tonight is a would you rather question. So the question is, would you rather get a paper cut or stub your toe?
Paper cut.
Paper cut, and why do you say that?
Because I get paper cuts every day.
Well, that's what Jackie Wingad thinks. What do you fans at home think? We'll send it back to you guys. Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, Kyler. He has done a great job tonight interviewing fans out in the stands. Fans in the stands. And as the timeout ends, the girls for both teams are coming back out onto the court as we are ready for tonight's the third quarter to commence.
Baldwin with the ball now, and Brown gets the foul drawn off of McIntosh. That is her second foul of the night.
And now the Hawkeyes have a have scored 6 unanswered points. And just as I say that, the Bulldogs score and break that streak.
Shot there from Olsen. No good rebound by McIntosh, and the putback is good. So that brings West Harrison within 5. The score 26-21. Baldwin drives in, and her shot is blocked. It goes out of bounds. So it will stay Riverside ball forward to inbound. Inbounds to Brown down at the left block. She puts up a shot, no good. Gets her own rebound and puts it back up and gets the foul.
That first foul, it looked that a West Harrison player had tipped the ball. And on the second shot, Brown is able to draw the foul to shoot some free throws. On the season, Brown is 51% from the free throw line. And tonight, after that shot, she is 33%. So a little below the statistics, but the second shot can change that.
Riverside Cody there subbed in for Pendergraft. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Thomas. Koch bringing the ball up the floor. To Olsen, back to Koch. And Koch throws up a 3, and it is good. That makes the score 26-24.
As West Harrison has decided to turn up the heat here in Oakland, taking what was once a 10-point deficit and has turned into a 2-point deficit as the third quarter is about to come to a close.
West Harrison will get the chance to tie or take the lead here. Riverside has only 2 of their 5 starters in, and a charge was called there on
Ford. No,
it's not.
Yeah.
The foul was called on West Harrison.
Wrong 33.
That was on West Harrison's Olsen. Paxton. Now Amdor kicks it out to Ford, and Ford shoots it no good.
Amador being very handsy with McIntosh, but is not able to get a steal on that aggression. The third quarter has been ridden with mistakes, mostly coming from the Bulldogs, as the Bulldogs now have 2 people in foul trouble of the Bulldogs, Woods, and now a fan interview from Kyler Reekin.
All right, I'm here with Connor Brandon, and our Would You Rather question now is, Connor, would you rather never be able to have ice cream or candy for the rest of your life?
Definitely candy.
Connor says candy, and why do you say that, Connor?
I don't know. I just love ice cream.
Well, Connor loves ice cream. Thank you, Connor, and we'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyler and Connor. Connor Brandon, everyone.
Kyler, tell him not to swear. And the game commences as a little tumble on the court between the players, and Amdor showing some aggression towards the West Harrison team, and Riverside will get the ball. With 10 seconds left in the third quarter.
Baldwin with the ball out on the three-point line. She drives in, puts up a shot.
And it is no good. And here with a fan interview is Kyler Regan.
All right, now I'm down here with Kia Meek and Bo Brannon. And our would you rather question now is, would you rather climb a mountain or skydive?
Skydive. Also skydive. Yeah.
Skydive? They say skydive. Why do you say that?
Skydiving sounds like more fun. It's less work. Yeah, it's less work.
They say it's less work. What do you fans think at home? We'll send it back up to you guys.
And there we had two people interviewed like before, and some agreement was finally happening between the two of them, whereas there was a lot of arguing between the last pair of people
Which
that we
was
interviewed.
Brock
Erickson.
Comstock and Jake Erickson. Now, both teams coming out of timeout to score 26-24. Riverside leads.
And the fourth quarter is commencing.
McIntosh now with the ball. And she looks to drive on Riverside, and she loses control of her dribble, and it goes out of bounds.
She
And
makes
it
a
is-
J shape as she runs from the top of the key to the block, and then to the opposite block, and then dribbles it out of bounds.
Baldwin with the ball now. And she passes to Brown, but travels before she gets the pass off. So that could be critical later in the game, as Riverside is only leading by 2, and now West Harrison has the ball.
And Coach Rice is in disbelief after that call, as a lot of calls for Riverside have not been going Riverside's way.
Koch put up the 3 there, and it was no good. Hit out of bounds off of Riverside. So now West Harrison gets the ball back on their own side of the court. Koch puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by McIntosh, and she puts the shot back up from the lane. It is good. That makes the ball game tied here at Riverside High School. Becca Cody drives in the lane, and her shot is blocked by McIntosh. Score 26-26 with 7 minutes left in the game.
It seems as West Harrison has found new gear in the second half, as they have been very offensively productive and have been able to stop the Bulldogs on defense.
Ford puts up a layup, no good. Rebound by Riverside with the putback, also no good. And a technical is called on Riverside. No, the technical was called on McIntosh. Or
what?
Yes, it was McIntosh. And so now Brown will be shooting 2 free throws.
A little bit of a miscommunication between the refs and the fans, as we thought the technical was on Riverside's Ford.
The free throw is good. It puts Riverside up by 1. The score 27-26, and the West Harrison fans are very unhappy with that call.
They seem to be spewing a lot of banter as they are in disbelief, and
The second free throw, no good, but Riverside still has the lead. And
the ball.
Woods now subs in for Cody.
And the starters, almost all of the starters, 4 of the 5 starters, will reunite in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left, as the Riverside Bulldogs lead by 1 after Brown's first free throw on that technical is good.
Now, Woods and Rains both need to be careful. They each have 4 fouls. Rains puts up the shot and it is slapped out of bounds by Rife.
And West Harrison has had a lot of blocks tonight, most of them coming when Riverside gets the ball down on one of the 2 blocks. And West Harrison has the height advantage over most Riverside players, so this is not uncommon.
Rains misses her shot, and now a foul is called on Riverside. It was either, let's see, that was on Woods, who is in much disbelief.
And that will be her 5th foul.
So she is now fouled out of the game. Mayer will come back in the game for Woods. Woods still in very much disbelief as she walks to the bench.
And she seems to be crying. As this regional game is a big one for Riverside, as they have a chance to win it for the first time in a while.
A foul there. Called on Riverside. Riverside only leads by 1. That was that foul. That foul was called on Mayer.
And
it is her first foul of the game.
As I stated before, 2 of the Bulldog starters being in foul trouble could come into play, and as we're seeing Woods coming out of the game, a large piece of the Riverside offense and defense, and that could be critical for Riverside.
McIntosh makes the second free throw, and so that makes the score tied at 27. Ford, shot no good, put back, good, and she gets the foul. So she will get the chance to make this a 3-point play.
And the Riverside sideline erupting with joy after the putback is good. And that will be 5.
Fouls for Wallace. Ferris Wallace for West Harrison. She is also fouled out alongside Woods for Riverside.
A very interesting night we are having here in the Rivers in Oakland, as 2 people have fouled out and 1 person has received a technical.
Ford makes her free throw, so that puts Riverside up by 3. And West Harrison looking to answer. Now with McIntosh getting a chance for 2 free throws after she was just fouled. That foul was on Ford. It is her second of the night.
An interesting call there from the refs, as that same action that got Ford a foul has been happening on both sides of the court tonight, and this is the first time it has been called for a foul.
The first free throw by McIntosh is no good.
And as the game inches closer to its end, the tension in the room rises.
There is just under 6 minutes left in the game. Ford gets the ball and gives the pass to Mayer across the lane. She gets the shot to fall, which puts Riverside up by 5 with 5:45 left in the game.
And Riverside slightly pulling away here as the game comes to its close.
Ford with the ball, going into the lane, and a blocking foul is called on Rife for West Harrison. That is West Harrison's 8th foul of this quarter. Both teams are now on the bonus, as Riverside has fouled 7 times. First free throw was good. Puts Riverside up by 6. And a timeout is called by West Harrison. Now we will have a fan interview with Kyler Rican.
I'm here now with Mr. Crone, the principal for Riverside's High School. And our would you rather question right now is, Mr. Crone, would you rather go swimming in a pool of pudding or of ice cream?
Oh boy, I wasn't expecting that. A pool of pudding or ice cream?
That's right.
Probably ice cream.
He says ice cream. And why do you say that?
I feel like I'd sink in the pudding and drown. I feel like maybe if ice cream was hard enough, I could stay on top of it.
That's what he thinks. What do you guys think at home? We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Kyler. And as you just heard, we had an interview with Nicholas Crone, who is the 6 through 12 principal and is also the head coach of the Riverside boys basketball team. If you want to hear more from the boys basketball team, on February 16th, on February 15th, the Riverside boys are set to take on the Stanton Vikings in the boys regional matchup.
That game will be located here and is starting at 7 o'clock. Ford's second free throw is good. Now with just under 5.5 minutes left, Riverside leads by 7. Koch's shot is no good. And you may have heard us laughing up here in the booth a little bit because of what very possibly could have been a foul.
As Pendergraph was shuffling, trying to keep with Koch, and accidentally knocked McIntosh off her feet onto the ground. But there's no foul called, and the game will continue.
McIntosh with the ball, and her shot is good. So that brings West Harrison back within 5.
And McIntosh really turning on the Jets here in the second half, as she only had 2 points in the first half and has 11 in the second.
The ball goes out there. The ref said it was on West Harrison last, but the refs were having this discussion there. Nope, now is off of Riverside.
A lot of miscommunication has been happening between the refs tonight, as they don't seem to be coordinated, but we still have had a pretty clean game despite this disadvantage.
A foul there called on Riverside on Mayer, excuse me. Rains will come back into the game.
And Rains has 4 fouls. An interesting call putting her in, but it is understandable seeing as Riverside wants their starters in so they can hopefully win this regional matchup and advance in the playoffs.
First free throw is good. That is Rife's second point of the game tonight so far. Second free throw, no good. Rebound. Rife gets her own rebound and then somehow gets it to Koch, and Riverside cannot seem to rebound there, but Rains gets the rebound. It is knocked out of bounds by Koch. So good job there by West Harrison getting the rebounds. They just couldn't get a shot to fall.
And Riverside was doing a lot of boxing out, but the ball just seemed to be bouncing right to the West Harrison offensive people.
A double dribble called on Ford there. So Riverside only up by 4 now, as they did have a 7-point lead. McIntosh shoots the 3. No good. Rebound by Ford, who looks to push the ball down the court. She stops at the 3-point line and gives it to Rains.
And for the first time, Riverside is not capitalizing on the possible fast break that they had.
But there, Mayer gets 2 more points for Riverside. She has 10 of the 36 points tonight.
With the only person beating her being Ford with 14.
good job there by Riverside Amdor to get the turnover on West Harrison. So Riverside Rains brings the ball down the floor, and she gives it into Brown. Brown makes a nice move, but doesn't get her shot to go in. A jump ball is called. It'll stay Riverside. The ball. Riverside leads 36-30 with 3 minutes left in the game.
We've had a very foul-intensive second half, as both teams have 8.
And the ball goes. Oh, it does not go out of bounds. A travel, though, is called on Ford.
A very delayed call there, as the actual travel had been committed about 10 seconds before the foul was even called. Riverside was getting their offense set up, and they were interrupted by the foul, or by the turnover.
McIntosh with the ball, gives it to Thomas. Back to McIntosh, and she puts up the shot, and that is good. So Riverside only up by 4 now.
McIntosh has been a walking hoop in this second half, as in the first she only had 2 points, but she has turned that around as she now has 13 in the second half. And here with an interview is Kyler Reekin.
I'm now here with Mr. Stover and Mrs. Brandon, music instructors here at Riverside High School. And our would you rather question is, would you rather try to survive a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse? Mr. Stover?
Robot apocalypse, because they have an off switch.
And Miss Brandon?
I agree on robot apocalypse. I would try to survive.
They say a robot apocalypse. Fam, what would you say at home? We'll send it back to you guys.
And there you are talking to Mitchell Stover and Amanda Brandon, who are the leading musical people for Riverside. And over the past couple weeks, a lot of things have happened in the music department, but this is basketball.
And Riverside gets 2 more points there from Rains to put them up by 6, a score 38-32 with 2:15 left in the game.
Some nice vision there by Rain, seeing that there were no West Harrison defenders on that block and was able to drive and score points.
And Koch hits a 3 there to bring West Harrison back within 3. 35-38, Riverside leads. And Ford with the ball, and a push is called on West Harrison's. Koch, that is her first foul of the game.
And
But
Koch has the most points for West Harrison with 18, and McIntosh has the second most with 15. A very heavy-sided point scoring from West Harrison, where Riverside is a little more distributed, with every person in having at least 2 points.
the second free throw is up and good. She makes them both, and Riverside back up with a 5-point lead. McIntosh with the ball, gives it over to Olsen, and she puts up the shot for 2. Nice job there by McIntosh to see that Olsen was open. So Riverside now with the ball, only up by 3, and Rains tries to drive in the lane. The ball is knocked out of her hands by West Harrison.
And another attempt there from the Rains, trying to drive to that block and get a nice layup, but she is unsuccessful her second try.
2 more points there for Riverside from Ford. She is 18 tonight of the 42. Rife bringing the ball down the floor, gives it to Olsen, but it is stolen by Amdor. And her layup is good, so that puts Riverside up by 7 with just under a minute left in the game.
And Riverside seems to be pulling away as the game comes to a close, but West Harrison is not giving up.
Ford gets the ball after the shot from Koch. Range now with the ball.
And it seems Riverside is trying to run out the clock.
A timeout, full timeout is called by Coach Rice of Riverside. 31.7 seconds left in the game. The score 44-37.
And if you were listening, our last interview, we interviewed Amanda Brandon and Mitchell Stover, who are the music teachers and band director for 6 through 12 of Riverside. And over the past couple weeks, the musical department has been really excelling, with jazz band and jazz choir both receiving excellent state rankings.
Also, Riverside news, some high school wrestlers qualified for districts, with Dalton Smith at 106, Mick Schroeder at 113, Jace Rose at 120, Nolan Moore at 138, Caden Hendricks at 182, and Eddie Volchek at 195.
And as the timeout comes to a close, the Riverside fans are getting up on their feet and hyping up the girls basketball team as they are hoping to get a regional win for the first time in a while for the girls basketball team. With 31 seconds left, Riverside leads 44-37.
A jump ball is called, and it will be
West
Harrison's ball. But some West Harrison fans believing there was a foul there, and they are letting the refs know it, but the refs do not care about their opinion. Koch with the ball now. Pass into McIntosh, and her shot falls. West Harrison's head coach calls a timeout to stop the clock and try and drop a play to get West Harrison some points.
And in other Riverside news, some other people qualified for state AAU wrestling, with Mac Shano, Kingston Kerrigan, Lane Shelberg, DJ Brahman, Kellen Oliver, Jackson Gordon, Taven Moore, and Jet Rose all qualifying in their individual weights. And they are set to compete soon.
Do not know when, but
soon.
I know there was a Riverside Junior High wrestling meet tonight at Audubon. So, be sure to, if you see the wrestlers, be sure to tell them good job and good luck at state.
And now, back to the game.
Ford will inbound the ball for Riverside. With 16.7 seconds left, Riverside leads by 5, and Amdor gets the rebound, puts up a layup, and that is good. Riverside takes now the 7-point lead over West Harrison. 5 seconds left. And McIntosh gets 2 more points, but it does not matter. Riverside still comes out with the win over West Harrison. Final score 46-41. And now Paxton Meek will be going to try and get an interview with Riverside co-head coach Mitch Rice. Again, final score 46-41. So Riverside will be moving on to play at Woodbine on Tuesday, February 16th. That game will start at 7 p.m. Now our interview with Riverside Mitch Rice.
We're here with co-coach Mitchell Rice. Coach, an interesting game you had tonight as the Riverside girls were able to pull away with a victory. What did you think about tonight's game?
We did a pretty good job, I think, defensively with our game plan. A couple times defensively we lacked off on our double team, but it was a whole effort. I think we played 10 or 11 girls tonight, and every one of them contributed in a positive way. And we're excited to be able to move on and continue to play.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paxton and Coach Rice. Again, Riverside now will be playing at Woodbine on next Tuesday. So set your calendars for 7 o'clock on Tuesday, February 16th. Riverside will be playing, the Riverside boys team tomorrow night will be playing at Underwood.
And then on Monday, the boys are set to play their regional game against Stanton.
Last time Riverside played Stanton this season, it was at Stanton. Riverside had the lead going to the fourth quarter, and Stanton scored
A lot of
around
points
20
off
or
their
30
press.
points in the fourth quarter alone to come back and beat Riverside. So we will see that matchup here Monday.
And you can tune into that game on Monday here on RSTN. Thank you for listening to today's broadcast of the Riverside girls basketball team versus the West Harrison Hawkeyes.
Thank you and good night.